So, do's and don'ts of group discussion, what you should do and what you shouldn't do when you participate in a group discussion. In the last class, I
मैम
had
एग्जाम
already.
30 में का होगा ना?
Huh?
मैम एग्जाम 30 मार्क का होगा ना?
Routine मिला?
नहीं नहीं, मार्क बोल रहे कितना मार्क का होगा सेशनल एग्जाम?
Oh, अच्छा, marks 30. Okay, so in the last class, I had explained you the do's of participating in a GD. Aj I'll explain you the don'ts of participating in a GD. Okay, so I guess that the other topics that I had explained, it's all everything is clear to you all. So today I'll be explaining you what are the things you should not do when you participate in a group discussion. All right, you should know the things that you should do, and you should also be aware of the things that you shouldn't do. Okay. So the first point is, do not overspeak, intervene, and snatch others' chance to speak. When you participate in a GD, as I had said earlier as well, you are not the leader there. You are not the leader. So you're not supposed to deliver any kind of speech or something like that. So you are not supposed to keep on speaking. You must give chance to the other participants as well. You're not supposed to overspeak. You're not supposed to interrupt. When somebody is saying something, you're not supposed to interrupt. You're not supposed to stop that person and start giving your own opinion. And you're not supposed to snatch the chance of any other participant. Okay, when somebody is saying something, when somebody is sharing his or her opinion, you should give time to that particular participant. You should not snatch that participant's chance. All right. So the first point says that you're not supposed to keep on speaking. You're supposed to only speak whatever is required. You're supposed to speak logical. You need to speak about logical things. Once you are done, you can listen to the other participants, and then again you can give your opinion after some time, after listening to the other participants, because it's a discussion, so you cannot just keep quiet. Okay, once you have given your opinion, once you have shared your opinion, so after that you should not be like, now I'll keep quiet. Okay, that is not the situation. You cannot keep quiet. You have to keep on contributing, but short contributions. Okay, you're not supposed to overspeak, you're not supposed to interrupt, and you should not snatch any participant's chance to speak. All right. The second point is, do not argue and shout during group discussion. Whenever you participate in a group discussion, you should not shout. Okay, this is a general rule that in a group discussion, you're not supposed to shout. You should not argue with anyone. Once you start arguing with someone, then it won't be a discussion anymore. You can definitely disagree, but there's a way of disagreeing to something. You must disagree politely, in a gentle manner. You're not supposed to argue. Okay, you're not supposed to argue, and you should avoid shouting during GD. It's not a debate, it's a discussion where you have to politely discuss, because you will also be evaluated on the basis of your behavior. So if you sound rude, okay, if you shout and argue, you will not be selected, because you will sound and appear like a rude person, like an unorganized person. So that is why you're supposed to maintain decency. Okay. The third point is, do not talk irrelevant things and distract the discussion. A topic is given to you, isn't it? As I had already mentioned, that a topic is given to you, and you have to discuss on that particular topic. You cannot discuss about any other thing. Whatever the information that you provide, it should be related to the particular topic. It should not be something that has no relation with the topic. Okay, suppose the topic uh, that is given to you is tourism. Okay, suppose northeast tourism in northeast India. Okay, and you are talking about uh, the retail market. These two things do not have any relation with one another, isn't it? You're not supposed to talk about any illogical thing, anything that has no relation to the topic. Okay, you're only supposed to talk about the things that are related to the given topic. You're not supposed to distract the discussion in order to in order to pull the discussion. You're not supposed to add anything and everything you want to. You can definitely share information, share your opinion, share your idea, बट इट हैज़ टू बी रिलेटेड टू द टॉपिक. कुछ भी नहीं बोल सकते हो, जो भी मन में आया बोल दिया, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता है. डिस्ट्रैक्ट नहीं कर सकते हो डिस्कशन को. कभी कभार क्या होता है, व्हेन वी डिस्कस थिंग्स देन कुछ अलग ही हो जाता है. ठीक है, द टॉपिक ऑफ द डिस्कशन इज समथिंग एंड you end up doing something else, you end up discussing about something else. So especially when you are discussing informal discussions में कुछ नहीं होता है, so because you are like discussing with your friends or siblings, okay, तब ठीक है, इतना भी फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा. लेकिन group discussion is a formal discussion, isn't it? It's a part of interview. If you talk if you talk irrelevant, if you talk something that has no meaning, that is not at all related to the topic that is given to you, then you will not be selected. Okay, the next point is, do not pose negative body gestures. Okay, now what is gesture? Movement of body part is known as gesture. Okay, especially when you move your head and when you move your hand or your arms. Okay, gestures are also a very important part of communication. When you communicate with someone, when you interact with someone, you must be aware of the gestures as well. And what are gestures? As I had already said, the movement of any body part. Okay, like your hand, like the finger, like your arms, like your head, like waving. हम बाय बोलते हैं ना, हाय बोलते हैं ना, that is a gesture. In order to wish luck, we show a thumbs up, isn't it? That is a gesture because we are using our hand to express something. That is a gesture. When you meet people and when you shake hand, that is also a gesture. When you nod your head, that is also a gesture. Okay, when you move your head, when you move your hand, when you move your fingers to express any emotion, that is a gesture. Now, when you are participating in a group discussion, you are not supposed to pose any kind of negative gestures. And few examples are like touching the nose. When you keep on touching the nose with your hand, that's a sign of nervousness. Okay, when you keep on touching your hair or your nose or your chin, that is a sign of nervousness. You're not supposed to do that when you are participating in a group discussion. knocking the table with a pen. बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं, there are a lot of people who use who use the pen to make sounds. It can be intentional and it can be unintentional as well. Most of the time it's unintentional. Okay, when you have a pen, you will make sound with that particular pen out of nervousness. Okay, if you have a pen, I will suggest you to keep that pen in your pocket. Okay, so that unintentionally you do not knock the table with that particular pen. Okay, so that is also a very negative thing. Okay, you're not supposed to do these kind of things. You're not supposed to make any noise with any other object or even with your hand. Okay, if there's a table in front of you, you're sitting on a chair, there's a table in front of you, a lot of people unintentionally they make a lot of noise with the objects they are holding, or uh, even with the hand. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to make sound with your hand. ऐसे हाथ से ऐसे sound नहीं करना है, हाथ से टेबल पे ऐसे मतलब मारना नहीं है, knock नहीं करना है, not even with any other object. ऑब्जेक्ट से मतलब पेन ही होता है हाथ में ज़्यादातर, तो पेन है तो कीप दैट पेन इन योर pocket. All right, do not make any sound. Another negative body language is leaning back on the chair as if you are sitting at your home, at your living room. Okay, you're not supposed to lean back. You're supposed to be comfortable, of course, but you're supposed to maintain a positive body language. You're supposed to maintain a good body posture. Your back must be straight. You must sit properly. You must not lean back. You're not there at your home. Okay, so you're supposed to avoid these kind of things. You're not supposed to clap or show a finger. So these kind of things should be avoided when you take part in a group discussion. All right, the next point is do not display low self confidence with shaky voice and trembling hands. So you are supposed to look confident. And if you have a shaky voice, that will definitely portray nervousness, isn't it? When we are nervous, we have a shaky voice. We cannot speak properly, and not supposed to do that when you're participating in a group discussion. It's a part of the selection process, recruitment process. So you have to sound confident. You have to look confident. You cannot display low self confidence. Okay, you should not uh, you should not display anything that will that will portray low self confidence. The next point is do not try to dominate the discussion. So, when you take part in a group discussion, you're not supposed to dominate the discussion. You should not be the one who is the only person who is speaking. Okay? तुम्हें dominate नहीं करना है discussion. As I had said you several times कि leader नहीं हो तुम speech deliver नहीं कर रहे हो. You're not a leader. You're not delivering any kind of speech. So do not try to dominate the discussion. Do not try to prove yourself correct. Do not try to prove yourself right. You can share your opinion. You can share your ideas, but you cannot force your ideas or opinion on anybody. Everyone has their own ideas. Everyone has their own opinions. You cannot force your ideas on somebody else. Okay, you cannot force somebody to agree to your ideas or your opinions. You might disagree to some other opinion, and similarly other participants might also disagree with your own opinion. It should be a it should be a healthy discussion without any argument. There should be space. You should provide space, and at the same time, you should respect one another. Okay. The last point is, do not put others in an embarrassing situation by asking them to speak if they don't want to. Even if you are discussing, even if you are discussing on the same topic, you are not supposed to ask anyone to speak. Okay, that Mr. A, please speak, please say something now. You're not supposed to do that. The Mr. A might not be ready to speak at that point of time. So you cannot point, you cannot ask anyone to speak. Once you are done, just sit. Once you are done, keep quiet. Whoever wants to do, whoever wants to speak, whoever wants to continue, the person will do. You should not separately ask any individual to speak now. They might not want to. That particular person might not want to speak at that particular moment. So it becomes quite embarrassing for the other person when you say that Mr. A, Mr. B, please speak. Okay, so do not do that. Share your opinion, share your points, share the information that you have, share your ideas. Once you're done with that, just keep quiet. Okay, so these are the few things that you should not do when you participate in a group discussion. Any doubts? Any questions? Do you want to ask me anything? Anything you want to ask me apart from the apart from the things that I had explained to you related to group discussion?
Hello, ma'am. Hello,
Yes, Nitish.
ma'am. If someone is just arguing or shouting, then how can we handle how to handle that situation
You have to be
if he
calm and
tries to dominate it?
composed. Whatever the other person is doing, that's his business. That's his thing, okay? When you take part in a group discussion, there'll be different people, isn't it? So if somebody is shouting, if somebody is trying to argue, then it's his thing, okay? But because he's shouting, you will also shout. That should not be the reaction. That should not be the particular situation. There are 10 people in the group. Suppose there are 10 people in the group. One or two might shout. One or two might, argue. One or two might get hyper, even hyper, like there are times that people get hyper during a discussion, during a group discussion. But you're supposed to be polite and gentle. You're not supposed to shout. Okay? And in case, is it clear, Nitish? समझ में आया नितेश?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ
हाँ, ma'am.
जो
हम लोग को मतलब शांत रहना पड़ता है.
हाँ तो दूसरा कुछ भी करे, ठीक है, उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, उसका मार्क्स कटेगा, ठीक है? You know the rules, you follow it. Somebody doesn't, it's his own thing, okay? Or another thing that you should remember is like you might not get that opportunity to speak, okay? You might not, sometimes you might not get that particular opportunity to speak. Tab, what you have to do, because you cannot interrupt, because you cannot like snatch any other's chance to speak. If you are not getting that particular opportunity, what you can do, you can raise your hand, okay? You can raise your hand, so it's a signal. It's basically a signal that after the participant who is currently speaking, you will be the one who will speak after him, okay? So you can raise your hand to do that. अगर सब कोई हर कोई मतलब बोल रहे हैं और तुम्हें अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं मिल रहा है, so what you can do is you can just raise your hand. कोई बोल रहा है, अभी सपोज हम लोग ग्रुप डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं, आई एम द वन हु इज करेंटली स्पीकिंग, हु इज शेयरिंग माय ओपिनियन. तुम्हें मौका नहीं मिल रहा है, तुम क्या कर सकते हो, अपना हाथ ऐसे रेज कर सकते हो, ठीक है। जैसे कि प्रेजेंट में हम ऐसे हाथ रेज करके बोलते थे ना हम स्कूल में, वैसे ही यू कैन रेज योर हैंड। उसका मतलब वही है, दैट्स अ सिग्नल दैट you want to speak after the person who is currently speaking. All right. Another thing is take care of the words that you are using. You have to organize your thoughts before you speak, because you cannot speak something that is illogical or irrelevant. So that is why organize your thoughts before speaking. You get a lot of time during a group discussion, but during when you take part in an extempore speech, you do not get time, isn't it? Because you have to keep on speaking for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, you have to keep on speaking. But in case of group discussion, because there are other people as well, because the other people will also get the opportunity to speak, so when they are speaking, you can organize your own thoughts and accordingly you can present it. Do not say anything that you want to, which is not at all which is not even related to the topic. So organize your thoughts, and the words that you use, you must use the right words. Okay. And do not speak do not use words which are too hard to understand. Use simple words, because if you use complicated words, then the other participants might not understand what you are trying to say. You might have a lot of knowledge, you might have a lot of word stock. Okay, your vocabulary might be very good, but that doesn't mean that you will use too many complicated words. Okay, you can use simple words, but the right words will if you use the right words, even if it is simple, definitely you will be able to express your opinion properly in a very good way. But if you use very complicated words, then the other participants might not understand it. So that is why stay away from complicated words. Okay. Or do not be too fast. You should maintain a moderate rate of speech. ठीक है, बहुत फास्ट नहीं बोलना है. You should maintain a moderate rate of speech. मतलब थोड़ा सा slowly बोलना है, इतना भी slowly नहीं कि दूसरा इंसान सो जाए, लेकिन थोड़ा सा slowly बोलना है ताकि दूसरों को समझ में आए. ठीक है. And try to be correct. Another very important thing, as you can see on your screens, the most important thing to remember about GD is not to mention any figure or data unless you are absolutely sure about its accuracy. कुछ फिगर मेंशन कर रहे हो, कुछ डेटा मेंशन कर रहे हो, तो ठीक है, make sure that it's absolutely correct. If you are unsure about the figure that you have mentioned or the data that you have provided, you will that is something that you should not do. Okay, you're not supposed to mention any figure or data that you're not sure about. Okay, you must try to maintain the accuracy of the figure and the data. ठीक है. फैक्चुअल टॉपिक्स जब मिलता है, वी कैन डेफिनेटली प्रोवाइड सम फिगर्स और डेटाज, बट अगर रॉन्ग फिगर प्रोवाइड कर दिया तो तुम तो वहीं पे हार गए, isn't it? So that is why you're not supposed to mention any kind of figure or data if you are unsure about its accuracy. And if you're sure about its accuracy, suppose 1991 में एक बैटल हुआ था. अच्छा, तुम्हें अगर पता नहीं है कि 1991 में हुआ था कि 1992 या 3 में हुआ था, तो प्रॉब्लम है ना. तो डू नॉट मेंशन, जनरली ही बोलो. कुछ डेटा फिगर मेंशन करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, जनरली ही यू कैन बोल सकते हो. ठीक है. Another thing that you should take care of is you should not be quiet for a long period of time. You should not stay quiet in the GD for too long. You must make short contributions every now and then. ऐसे 20 मिनट मिला है, suppose you got 20 minutes and there are 10 participants, so you can contribute for like 4 to 5 times. Do not just keep quiet. ऐसा मैंने पहले बोल दिया और फिर चुप हो गई, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए situation. Okay, you should keep on participating. You should be active throughout the discussion, because participation, active participation is very important. ठीक है? तो these are the certain things that you need to take care of when you participate in a GD. All right. So that's all for today. Any doubts, students? Anything? Have you understood?
मैम हाउ टू हैंडल विथ एब्स्ट्रैक्ट टॉपिक्स, मतलब कुछ वर्ड मिल गया जिसका मतलब नहीं जानते तो उसे कैसे हैंडल करें?
Acha, another very good question. Okay, Nitesh. So if you don't know about the topic, okay, if you are aware of the topic, if you're quite aware of the topic, if you have a lot of information regarding the topic, then you can definitely initiate the discussion. अगर टॉपिक के बारे में कुछ नहीं मालूम है, ठीक है, एब्स्ट्रैक्ट है, फैक्चुअल है, कुछ भी नहीं मालूम है, suppose if you don't know anything regarding the topic, then do not start the discussion. Wait for some time, listen to the other participants, वो क्या बोल रहे हैं. ठीक है, जनरली क्या होता है जीडी में ग्रुप जो टॉपिक्स मिलता है ना, इजी ही होता है, ठीक है, जिसके बारे में हम डिस्कस कर सकते हैं. यू नो, लाइक you will be given easy topics, but in case you get a topic and you have no idea about the topic, okay, so you are supposed to listen to the other participants for some time. ठीक है, 2-3 participants ने बोल लिया, then you will be able to gain some idea, isn't it? You will be able to gain some knowledge. सुनना, दूसरों को सुनना, 2-3 पार्टिसिपेंट का जब हो जाए, then you can give your own opinion. So you have to be able to like think quickly. You have to be able to like accumulate all the information that you have received, and accordingly you will have to provide your own opinion. ठीक है, नहीं पता टॉपिक के बारे में, कुछ भी नहीं पता, तो सुनो, दूसरों को सुनो, 2-3 लोगों को सुनो, फिर उसके बाद अच्छा ये है, you will get some kind of idea, isn't it? And then start speaking. उसके बाद कलेक्ट करो सारे आइडियाज़ को, कलेक्ट ऑल दी आइडियाज़, एंड उससे ही कुछ निकाल के यू कैन शेयर इट विद द पार्टिसिपेंट्स. ऑल राइट, ठीक है नितेश?
यस मैम. मैम अगर हम लोग डिस्कशन में कुछ रॉन्ग बोल दिया गलती से भी, तो उसे फिर कैसे मैचअप करें सही बात?
वही रॉन्ग बोलना नहीं है एक्चुअली, यू शुड नॉट. ठीक है, you should not, you should, that's why I had said that you should organize your thoughts before you say anything. रॉन्ग बोल दिया तो वो कटेगा ना, मार्क्स कटेगा. तो इसीलिए जब भी बोलो सही बोलो, ध्यान रखो कि सही है.